Richard, Khalil Ware, Nick Smith, both in the top 20 on 24/7 Sports in the 2022 class. Bryson Warren gets a 5th star. I mean, you've been working hot and heavy as of late, man. This basketball news, though, with these in-state kids, it seems like it's been coming in a flurry, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's good to see the kids get their, deserved recognition, and they've earned it. And to see Khalil, obviously a guy when his motor's running, physically he's as good as there is in the country. Just from an athleticism standpoint, his game is also obviously pretty good. Nick Smith can fill it up from outside and can obviously go to the basket very strong. And then Bryson Warren's probably one of the better shooters, regardless of class, in the nation. I mean, he can fill it up from 3-point line right around the 40% clip. So good pub for the kids of the state of Arkansas.
Richard, do you feel that Musselman has pressure to land these kids with the in-state group being so talented? I know Joseph Pinion out of Morrilton has committed, but when you think about those two individuals plus Darian Ford being a part of this 2022 class, do you think there's a lot of pressure from Arkansas fans that he needs to land 3 out of 4 or even 4 out of 4 of these guys next year?
I think there's a little bit, but at the same time, he's Coach Muss and his staff, they're on so many prospects, high-profile prospects throughout the country. Say a kid from out of state wants to come, and you're waiting on the in-state guy, and the in-state guy says, "Coach, I'm not ready to come and not ready to make a decision." Do you hold off on that in-state guy that's just maybe on your board, maybe a little higher, or in the fans' perspective, maybe rated a little higher, nationally? That's a tough call. So I think as long as he has a good recruiting class, yeah, you want your in-state guys to stay in-state, but at the same time, if they're not ready to make a decision and some other guys out of state are ready to jump on board, you can't. It's hard to say no to those guys. You know what I'm saying?
Put you on the spot here, and you may not have the answer to this. Do you know if there's a date or an opportunity where Sylvan Hills and North Little Rock, where Nick Smith and Khalil Ware would play each other? I know it's July the 1st, but would they perhaps, because I know they're not in the same conference, would there be a chance in a non-conference game or a preseason tournament or somewhere they would maybe square off this year that fans could take that in?
I'm sure there's some preseason tournaments that are already trying to work on that now. So yeah, that's got
to be a showcase game right there. I was just thinking about that, listening to you talk. That what a treat that would be just to see those two, in some kind of showcase matchup. So hopefully someone can put that matchup together for us, Richard.
Yeah, and definitely, and the coaches would. That brings attention to their programs too. So the coaches would embrace that and say, "Yeah, let's make that happen."
Mm-hmm. Hey, we know the viewpoint from Eric Musselman about the transfer portal and how he's embraced that to bring talent in. How much conversation do you hear as you talk to recruits that are coming out of high school and their parents that how much consideration are they looking at when they look at a program and how they engage the transfer portal? Is that becoming more of the conversation as you have those now as players look at how a coach is going to use the transfer portal to manage a roster?
I think it goes. I think it is a consideration, but I don't know how much. Just from the standpoint, because just about every school in the country hits the portal pretty strongly nowadays. Instead of maybe looking at high school guys, lower tier high school guys to fill their roster. So I do know that it's a consideration for high school kids, and hey, let's face it, it's a consideration for guys even in the portal. Do they want to even go to a place that has 2 or 3 older guys at his position? I know that's came up with some portal guys. So yeah, it plays a role in I think kids' decisions, but how much? I mean, I just don't think. If you're a high school kid, I don't see how you get away from the portal because every school in the country does it.
Right, and I'm just, everyone's thinking about the pieces around you. And listen, if you're a 5-star talent, you're a Moses Moody type talent, you're where Ware and Smith are projected type talent, you know your time is short, a year or two. So hey, you got a short window to maybe win at a high level. So, I mean, having those conversations about the pieces that are going to be around you and seeing a program like Eric Musselman's that's willing to overhaul a roster to get everything in place to win now. You know, this isn't a building. Probably, I'm not going to be here in 3 or 4 years is the mindset. So I would think it would be attractive to go to a program that's willing to clear the deck, so to speak, to get the right pieces in place to win now, not 2 years from now.
And also, if you're on a bad team and you're the only really offensive threat, do you want the defense to be able to, to focus on you? I don't think so. You want the best possible pieces around you too to kind of help you with your game. So I think you really have to analyze and figure out what's the best. But I think if you're just going to go to a team that is undermanned and doesn't have a really good point guard, if you're a big guy that can't get you the ball, I mean, what good does that do if if you're really the only guy on the team that's a threat?
Richard Davenport talking a little recruiting with us on a Recruiting Thursday. RD, when you look at this basketball team, this football team, this baseball team, with the name and likeness stuff coming out, there are some guys and even gals within these programs that are marketable. Who would you say stands out, or a select few that stand out that businesses are going to be really attracted to for marketing their products to Arkansas?
I think Catalan would be one, because he's just such a good kid, and he's a good communicator. He presents himself well, and I really think that I think businesses are going to be very careful about how they go out and have guys endorse themselves, and they're really going to do their homework and make sure hey, does this person represent us well? And obviously they're going to be looking at the social media, past and present, going forward for sure. But I think Traylon Burks would be good. I mean, he's kind of a low key guy, but he's kind of especially in the state of Arkansas, he's kind of the type of guy that Arkansans relate to. He likes to hunt and fish and things like that. I mean, I could see maybe some sports type businesses get outdoor sports people wanting him to endorse their products or whatever. But let's see, off the top of my head, there's a few others, but I think Catalan really is one that I think represents himself very well.
Richard, Clay brought up something intriguing this week that I think should be added to the conversation. You think about a guy like Trey Knox, who really struggled this past season after a pretty solid opening freshman year. And not that he wasn't motivated already, but this upcoming season with money on the line, that's just another desire that's added to the seat of a student athlete. It's like, not only do we want to win a national championship, win it for friends, family, or compete for just the Arkansas Razorbacks, but now that's money on the table, how much more effort do you think certain individuals across college sports are going to put in to their daily efforts and practice and stuff with now money on the line?
I'm sure there's going to be some motivation there. There's no doubt about it. And I would throw, and now that you mentioned him, I'd throw Trey Knox in there too, because he's such a likable young man, great kid. So he would be a very good representative of a company. But yeah, I think guys are going to be motivated. There's going to be pluses and minuses of this whole thing, and like we've talked about so many times. And 2 or 3, 4 years, we'll look back on it and we'll see the pluses and we'll see some of the minuses. And but hey, it's here to stay, and it's not going anywhere. And kids, they're already making. There's already some endorsements being announced even right now. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all pans out.
All right, 4th of July is Sunday. No Independence Day holiday weekend is complete unless you have what off the grill at the Davenport house?
Man, I am so boring. I'll just go with burgers and hot dogs.
Well, I think that's a good one. I mean, I'm with you. I mean, how do you not have a hot dog on 4th of July or a hamburger?
Yeah, I tell you what, I don't know what it is, but lately I've been on a hot dog kick. I've been been eating quite a few hot dogs. And I think part of it's Ty's fault because he'll tweet out foot-long hot dogs with chili, and oh my God, those things they're so good.
Got to go to Buffalo Grill, man. Get you a Paul's chili dog.
I've been on a watermelon kick lately. I think you got to have watermelon on 4th of July too.
You can't go wrong with watermelon. Oh my gosh!
Put that thing in the fridge for a few days, get it nice and cold. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Cave City.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah,
best watermelons in the country. Cave City, Arkansas.
Right. Well, enjoy the fireworks and your holiday weekend. We'll talk to you next Thursday.
All right, man. We'll see you guys.
All right, Richard Davenport with us here every Thursday on Recruiting Thursday.